Get the tools you need to become a free and independent trainer with my Dumbbells to Dollars course at www.dumbbells2dollars.com. Hi, doing everybody, Jonathan here, your original fit boss, and in this video, I'm going to go over how to lose or how to help your clients lose those last 10 pounds. And I want to give a huge shout out to Sharon Wagner for submitting this question. In my last video, I actually started to run out of content, and I have been relying on you guys to give me the questions that you need answered most, and Sharon provided that, so thank you. And I would say hold off on giving me more topics to talk about because I have about 3 more that are lined up based on the comments from the last video. So once I need more content or you need more questions answered, I will ask for it and I'll be happy to have you. But the topic that Sharon brought up, the losing the last 10 pounds, is going to be very important for you guys to understand because most people that employ trainers do so with the goal of getting to a certain body, losing weight, toning up, whatever the case may be. And I want to separate this video into 3 sections. The first 2 are going to be very short. The first is going to be your quick, true answer that's a little bit sarcastic. The second is going to be answering that question for you if you continue to keep your mindset of pounds lost. And then the third is going to be a complete revamp of how you should view progress as it relates to your clients. So let's talk about the first question or the first part of this answer, and how do you get your client to lose the last 10 pounds? It's a very easy answer, and that is a water fast. A water fast will absolutely work well. And before you guys start to slam me and go like, oh, you're going to lose muscle, or oh, that's not safe, or oh, you're putting the client in danger, I will actually put a video of a doctor that's way smarter than I am. And he will cite peer-reviewed published journals from the National Institute of Health, the American Journal on Clinical Nutrition, and the American Journal on Public Health on why water fasting, number 1, works, and number 2, doesn't burn off muscle, actually does not hurt your metabolism. It actually increases your metabolism, your VO2 max. And it works in practice. I actually did a water fast for about 14 days, mainly for health reasons, not for fat loss, but I lost like 20 pounds and I didn't lose a lot of muscle. So the truth is a water fast would work, but we all know that most clients don't have the discipline to do that. So if you have a client that's willing to do that, it will work, but that's not the case for most people. So let's go into me answering the question the way that you want it answered. And the truth is, you have to understand that the last 10 pounds are gonna come off much more slowly than the first 10 pounds, especially if you're dealing with somebody that started off with a lot more weight to lose. They could make very few changes to their diet and still yield a result. Whereas as they get further along in terms of weight loss and or fat loss, you're going to find that the changes that they are unwilling to make, they have to make. So let's say this person cut out soda, they cut out wine, they cut out pizza, but they were unwilling to cut out bagels in the morning, all right? And then they lost that first 20 pounds making all those cuts. If they wanted to make the last 10 pounds, it may require that they cut out those bagels, all right? It may require them to be a little bit more disciplined because there's much less excess weight to work with. So you have to be a lot more disciplined with what you're consuming. So if you have clients that are still not making the change that they need, but they really want to lose that last 10 pounds, I would ask them to consider, what have you still not given up that you know is not the best option, but you are just clinging to for whatever reason? Because that's what you're going to need probably to do to lose that last 10 pounds. Now, I have a completely different view of weight loss, fat loss, and progress for clients, and I don't even talk about weight. All right, I've seen the best results. I mean, I don't focus on weight. I've seen my best results when I don't focus on weight. And I want to take you over to my Fit Pro calculator. And this is an application that I use for my clients to track their progress. And as you can see, I have Jeff here, who started off in the beginning of the year at about 214 pounds or 24% body fat. You can see that he was in the yellow, which essentially translates to his body fat percentage needs a little bit of work. And then he has transitioned into the green, where essentially it means that you're perfectly healthy. And the funny thing is, Jeff is a doctor. And then he asked me, he said, Jonathan, I would like to lose another 20 pounds. And I just said, whoa, why would you want to lose another 20 pounds? And then he cited the BMI chart, which says that because he's 5'10 and a half, he should be weighing about 170 pounds. Now, he didn't want me to put up his pictures, but you got to understand, this guy is he's a pretty big guy. Like, he's a pretty muscular guy. And for him to lose another 20 pounds, it would require him to lose a bit of muscle, especially in the time frame that he was considering. So I said to him, Jeff, like, you have to understand, you have to consider, what do you think you're going to gain from losing this 20 pounds? And does a chart really determine how you feel about yourself? Moreover, when I first speak to clients and I ask them, why are you here? Is your goal a number, a look, or a size? If I get them to really drill it down, they say that they want to look a certain way. All right. And so if a client walks in at, let's say, 150 pounds, and then she wants to get to 135 pounds, in her mind, she thinks that 135 pounds is going to look a certain way. But as we all know as trainers, that if your body fat is 30 at 135 pounds, it's very different than if your body is 20 at 135 pounds. So I tell my clients the same thing. I say, while we understand that weight is a factor, it's a much less important factor than body fat percentage. So I take them back to their chart and then I show them this grid. And essentially, this is a breakdown of body fat percentage. And I explain to them that while the frame of a person might be different, you want to consider the amount of definition that you see in the arms and in the midsection. That's kind of how you're going to equate what a certain body fat will yield. So as you can see, a woman at 40% has a lot more, or has a lot less definition than somebody at 35%, than 30, than 25, than 20. So I usually say, where do you want to get to in terms of your body fat percentage? So if they're starting off at like 37% body fat, I'd say that you're somewhere between here and here. Which one of these pictures gives me an idea of where you want to be? And then they'll usually choose here, here, or here. So I say, fine, no matter what your weight is, our goal is to get to your body fat, because your weight is not going to determine how toned you are. Your body fat is. So that immediately takes the client's mind off of the weight. So when I first start somebody off, I give them a milestone of 10% from their weight and 4% from their body fat. As I found that for just about anybody, that will yield a pretty it'll be a far enough goal where you'll see results, but it won't be so far that you think it's unattainable. And Jeff, when he first started, his goal was 193 at 20% body fat. So I took 10% from this 214 and I took 4% from this 20, and he has hit his goal. So the last time we weighed in was Cinco de Mayo. He was at 191 and 17.6. But I told him when we first met, hey Jeff, if you got to 20% body fat, but this number was 200, we should be just as happy, because the body fat percentage is what's going to determine how toned you are, and that's your goal. It's not about carrying a scale onto the beach and saying, hey, look, I weigh 190 pounds. And that's what I would suggest that you tell your clients, and that's how I would approach this with your clients, because the BMI chart is going to drive people insane, all right? And this is from an internal doctor, all right? Internal medicine doctor. Doctors in general get very little understanding or knowledge on nutrition. That's taught very early in medical school. It's never touched again. And I think people are taking health and fitness advice from people that don't focus on health and fitness. So it's our job as trainers to explain why the BMI chart is not necessarily their best option, why body fat is going to be a better predictor of their overall happiness as it relates to their, their self-image and their happiness with their bodies. So when it comes to losing the last 10 pounds, I don't even worry about the last 10 pounds. I worry about the body fat percentage. How can we get you into the green? As you can see, black means very fit. All right, black means very fit. Green means you're perfectly healthy. Yellow means you need to do a little bit of work, and red means you need to do a little bit more work. And that's how I explain it to the client, so they don't get all freaked out about the word unhealthy or very unhealthy. And I found this to be a very, very useful tool, as it gives clients a visual on how they're progressing and how they can move forward. So when it comes to losing that last 10 pounds, I wouldn't say to focus so much on the 10 pounds, because clients think a certain pound a certain pound weight is going to lead to a certain look. So since they're chasing a look, focus on the number that is more in line with the look, and that is the body fat percentage, not the weight. All right. So I hope that makes sense for you. And of course, for those of you that, and one of the reasons why Jeff did so well in our fat loss contest is he implemented the fasting based on the video that I'll include on the end screen of this one. So I definitely recommend that you watch Jason Fung's video on therapeutic fasting. It'll open up your mind as to how nutrition really works and how to help your clients who are willing to take that step. All right, but otherwise your goal is just going to be to make sure to monitor their nutrition, to give them the right advice on how to see success. And if you don't know how to monitor nutrition and to give advice, number one, this is a really helpful tool, the Fit Pro Calculator. I talk about it all the time. You have a 30-day trial. If you ever wanted to try out this grid, I think every trainer should use it because it simplifies your progress for your clients in a way that they can understand. And it's paperless, so you can send them their results via email. So if you want to try out the Fit Pro Calculator for a 30-day trial, you just got to go to www.fitprocalculator.com. And in terms of getting the overarching understanding about nutrition and how to coach nutrition, how to run fat loss contests, things like that. That's all included in my Dumbbells to Dollars course. It goes into deeper detail. It includes a 30-page ebook that you can give to your clients. It includes tools on how to track nutrition and resources extra that you can give to your clients in addition to the Fit Pro Calculator. And if you've not checked that out, you can get a 7-day free trial at www.dumbbellstodollars.com. I'll put both links in the description below. Every trainer should at least take advantage of the free trial to see how much easier it can make your training career. But I'm not sure how much I talked. I hope I'm under 10 minutes, but I'm going to cut it off right now. I hope you found this video helpful. Remember, if you have any questions on anything in this video, put them in the comment section below and I'll clear all things out. But when it comes to losing that last 10 pounds, understand the ammunition that you have. Number one, therapeutic fasting works. I'll put that video on my end screen. Number two, make sure to take inventory of what they have not yet done to get to their goal weight. Or number three, do what I do and throw the weight out the window. Focus on the look because that's what they care about anyway. And I guarantee you they're going to be very helpful. So that's about it. I'm going to be back next week. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please click on the like button. And as always, remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe, stress levels, all get rest. Don't slap anybody. Love your clients. Say I love you back. I'll see y'all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.